All right, so again, the periodic table just has a whole bunch of different information in it, different trends, all kinds of different stuff. So here's just another version of the periodic table, which identifies kind of what each group is called. So everything group 1 is called an alkali metal, everything group 2 an alkali earth metal. This center block are the transition metals. Down here we have the inner transition metals, or the lanthanides and actinides. These two don't get a name. Sometimes this one's called the boron group, because the first element is boron, and this is called the carbon group because the first element is carbon, but they don't get any kind of fancy names. With nitrogen over here, these are the pnictogens, so the P is silent. So, thank you, English language, for putting that letter there, even though it's silent. After that, with oxygens, you've got the chalcogens. With fluorine, chlorine, bromine, you've got the halogens. Halogens show up quite a bit in chemistry, and they're very commonly known as the halogens, so that's a very popular name. And then over here, finally, in this last group, we got the noble gases. They have that filled valence shell, so they're relatively unreactive. And so that's why they're called the noble gases, because they're kind of too noble to, hang out with any other elements. Just some like general characteristics of a couple of these things. Alkali metals are generally very reactive. And that makes sense because they want to lose that electron. Right, that electron, once they lose that electron, then they have a filled valence shell, so that's something that they really want to do. We take advantage of this almost every day with our lithium-ion batteries. Right, so in your lithium-ion battery, it obviously contains lithium, and what's going on as you charge and discharge this lithium battery is you take an electron away from a lithium, or you give lithium its electron back. And that's basically how a battery works. When you're discharging or using the battery, you're going from lithium to lithium plus, right? And then when you're charging it, you're going the opposite direction. Noble gases, right? As we said, those are relatively unreactive. They have that filled valence shell. And then finally, these halogens are strong oxidants. An oxidant is something that gains electrons. And so these halogens really want to gain an electron because then they can have that filled valence shell. Right, so we're just going to say they steal electrons from something else. So there's just some kind of fun facts about the different groups in the periodic table. We'll be learning a lot more about their elements and their characteristics as we explore their chemical bonding.